Dan Botsch with Nebraska Figure and Derby Hall of Fame. We got Shane Rippen here. He's 2016 inductee. And so Shane, what was your car number that you ran?
My car number I ran is number 93. I picked that number because it was my football number, so it kind of stuck with me.
What year did you start derbying?
I started derbying in 1994. It was the first year that I derbied at a county fair in our hometown. That was the very first year they started the no-weld class, and they had two classes, and we decided to throw a no-weld car together, and we went there, and it was on a Sunday, and the day before 2 days started in football.
So how old were you then?
I was 17.
17?
Yeah.
So that would have been what year? 94?
94.
What year was the last one you ran?
I ran this year, this last year. 2015 I ran in North Platte. I ran 5 last year. North Platte was the last one I ran in,
So about how many cars would you guess that you've built over the years?
Oh man, since we started, I've probably wrecked over 80 cars.
So if you had 5 guys that you always try to beat, and who are those 5 guys that are always like your guys you look up to, competition?
Well, the guys that I looked up to, I guess the guys that I always heard a lot about. Bruce Danner, his name was always a big name, back where I was at.
Hall of Fame member.
Yeah, and Andy Scott, of course, I heard a lot about him. AOD, Al Donaldson, those guys, they always went out to Greeley, and we went out and watched them, and I mean, that was huge back then. And those are guys that kind of laid the foundation for me, as far as going and watching guys like that run and what they did.
So yeah, as a kid, you went to the Derby and you got hooked, and you always wanted to do it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my uncle did it. I think he started his first derby in 1981. My dad started back in 1970. So I was always around it. They would be building at the shop when I was little, and we'd be there helping and doing all the stuff I guess younger kids can do, gutting cars, breaking windows, things like that.
So what was your favorite car to build?
Favorite car to build was probably a 75 Impala 4-door post car.
So you ran mostly Chevys in the end?
Yeah, we ran a lot of Chevys. For a long time, we just ran Chevys. And then, we got into the Buicks and the Olds and a few things like that. Now the new Iron Ford coming around. We ran some new Iron Fords. And the team show we went to the very first time in Lincoln there on New Year's Eve, they had a team show. And that's when we were introduced to the new Iron Fords. And we really didn't know what we were doing and took a couple with us and came back home and bought all we could find. So
there you go.
Yeah.
But I mean, Shane, glad to have you be a part of this. You've done a lot of derby over the years, and you're one of the younger guys in the derby end right now, which is good to help the younger guys get involved. But then again, you got to respect, like you said, your dad and all the guys you used years ago. A lot of those guys. You help bring them into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, these guys that laid the foundation for me. Innovators. I mean, to do what they did, and we always thought of it as well. Let's see what we can build or come up with, and something that would work and last. Yep. And that's kind of, I guess how we got into it and stayed into it. So.
There you go. Like I said again, I'd like to welcome to
thank you.
the
Appreciate
Hall of Fame, and look forward to having you both and be here every year and help out continue this Hall of Fame.
Thank you. I appreciate it.